What if I told you there are places on Earth so wild and so surreal that stepping into them feels like crossing into another dimension? Places where volcanoes breathe, waterfalls whisper secrets, and ancient jungles dare you to get lost. And most people will never see them. Most people are too afraid to go. But if you're like me, you're not most people, are you? Whether you're stuck in a 9 to 5 or you're scrolling on your couch right now, this video will shock your travel senses back to life. So stick around, guys, because by the time we get to the destination number 1, you might just drop everything and book a ticket. So let's dive into the top 10 destinations that will ignite your senses of adventure. How many of these have you heard? Comment down below and let's see. Before I get into the video, hit that like and subscribe button, because liking and subscribing is the best way to support me to continue making videos like this for you guys. And let's push for 1K followers. So, number 10, let's take a scroll to Socotra Island, Yemen. It looks like a Dr. Seuss designed the planet and NASA forgot to tell us. There's alien-like dragon blood trees, surreal rock formations, and zero crowds. No, you guys, it's not a hallucination. This is real life. And if you think about it, the adventure level on this off the freaking charts. And one of the great things about this is that there's not many people that actually even go. Not many people even know about the place. And I love places like that. You guys know how I am. I've made many videos where I've talked about the best places to go are the places that are off the beaten path. The places that other people don't typically go to. I highly recommend going to a place like this. I highly recommend it because it just looks so magical. It looks so beautiful. And barely nobody goes. So that's my first suggestion to you guys. Then let's look at number 9, Dolomites, Italy. Here, the mountains, there are mountains there that are painted like they're the gods, like the gods made them. And it's in Italy. So, you know, maybe there's some Roman gods that did something to the mountains there that make them look so beautiful. I love Italy for its history, but it also has some beautiful scenery. And when you see stuff like this, sometimes it makes you wonder, were the Romans correct in their belief in the Roman gods? I mean, you look at it and it's like, what? You know, there's cliffside huts and there's knife edge ridge lines. And of course, there's pasta there because it's Italy. And if there's pasta, there's also wine. It is nice to sightsee and have a little bit of wine. Just a little bit. Don't go crazy with it. Don't drink a whole bottle of wine and then try to climb a mountain. That's not a good idea. However, get there to the top of the mountains, eat you some pasta, drink you maybe a glass or two of wine, and it's good. This is Italy, but for the adrenaline junkies. If you like to mountain bike next to a vertical drop with cheese in your backpack, well, this is your time to do it. I don't mountain bike. I like to hike. I'd be the type of guy who would gladly go do that. The next one here, number 8, is Wadi Rum, Jordan. I love the name, by the way. It makes you think that you're about to go drink some amazing rum, but they don't call it the Valley of the Moon for no reason. It has like this Mars-like desert with red sand dunes, and you can sleep in tents over the stars that are so bright they look like they're yelling at you. And I love that. I love astronomy. You guys know I'm getting my master's in space studies right now. The focus is on astronomy. And I love things like that. It will be like being on Mars, but here on Earth. And the light pollution is not so bad. You'll be able to see the stars. I know in a lot of places, especially in the Western world, when you go out at nighttime, it's hard to see the stars. The light pollution is so bad. But there are still places like in Jordan or other countries where you can walk out and lay down and just be under the stars. And there's something majestical about that. There's something about that our ancestors saw. They thought it was celestial beings. You know, they used the horoscopes. But there is something majestic about it that lets us know we're so small in the universe. The universe is so big. We're just on a tiny speck in the universe. What makes that also more amazing, though, is that we still have not found life on other planets. For us who like astronomy, we see how big the universe is, and we're like, there's got to be life somewhere. But then there's also the flip side. Biologists, a lot of them, they have their doubts because how perfect these conditions were. The conditions were just right for us to have life. So, there is that debate with some biologists and some astronomers. Astronomers, we're a lot more optimistic about life outside of Earth, though, in the universe. But when you're under the stars and you see that, those are the kind of things you think about. Those are the kind of things I think about anyhow. I think about that a lot when I'm under the stars. They did film The Martian here, by the way. That's how much it looks like Mars. And you guys, if you have watched it or you want to watch it, you get bonus points if you can find Matt Damon's lost potatoes. Just so you know, if you can find his lost potatoes, you get bonus points, whatever that means. And number 7, Papua New Guinea. If you think adventure means stepping outside of your comfort zone, well, guess what? This is it. The tribes there are untouched by a lot of modern life. There are jungle hikes so raw that you question your sanity. And this is not just a trip, it's a complete expedition. And the stories you'll bring back will be priceless. And that's something that I really wanted to do here in the Philippines. But my fiance, she wants me to be careful. She doesn't want me to do anything that could put myself in harm's way. Going and seeing tribes and meeting new people like that, as long as the tribes are safe, just remember that they got to be safe. That kind of stuff's fun. I don't know how people don't think that that's fun. I guess there are people like my fiance who are scared, and that makes sense. There are people who are scared, but then there are people like us who, we kind of like that adrenaline rush. We kind of like doing those kinds of things. It'll probably get us killed one day, and people, not just us, not just us thinking about we've lost our sanity. There's probably a lot of people that think we've lost our sanity when we do stuff like this, but it's fun. It's the adrenaline rush. I will probably end up doing a video over the psychology behind traveling and adrenaline rushes. When you do this kind of stuff, you get to have so many cool stories you bring back. And that's another important thing that people don't realize. The stories we tell others, that's what builds relationships. And that's what helps us to communicate with one another. Obviously, you go to a place like that, the stories are going to be priceless. They're going to love hearing what you've been through. My family loves hearing what I go through here in the Philippines, how different it is. And could you imagine Papua New Guinea? Could you imagine going there and seeing that kind of stuff? That'd be so fun. And number 6, Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. This is a place where there are more bears than people. There's volcanoes that you can get to. There's helicopter only access. And if you want bragging rights, this place is probably like boss level adventure travel. I think that being able to say that you had to fly a helicopter to go somewhere, I think that right there is just amazing. That is a story to tell people in and of itself. It's funny that it says, there's a lot of bears there. I see TikToks and I see memes of most of us people. When we see a bear, we're scared. We're not going to want to mess with them. But when you see the Russians with the bears, they're making bears their pets. They're fighting them. They're doing all this stuff. Russians, they can be pretty badass. That will make you look like a boss. Going to a place like that, seeing the bears, you might get seriously harmed. I don't know. If you like the adrenaline rush, it might be the place for you. It's not so much for me. It's not because I'm scared of bears. It's more of that I don't like the cold. Russia's cold. Yeah, I would be afraid of bears too, I suppose, but I'm not that afraid of animals. Animals are easier to read than people. Animals attack if they feel threatened or if they're hungry or something like that. People, you just don't know. Number 5, Svalbard, Norway. Here, it's illegal to die, and the polar bears outnumber the humans. It's located in the Arctic Circle. It's pure white wilderness. There's dog sledding under the northern lights, and you can watch glaciers crash into the sea like it's a live action nature documentary. Again, this is a place that I probably would not go because it's definitely cold there, obviously, if it's in the Arctic Circle. But if you like dog sledding, that's a place. It's a perfect place to go for dog sledding. I will say, polar bears, just be careful. People are always like, oh, polar bears are so cute, but polar bears are also very, very dangerous. I think they're the one bear that views people as food. They don't care. They'll eat anything that is meat, I think. If it's meat, they will eat it. And they have an amazing sense of smell. Their sense of smell is the best sense of smell in the animal kingdom. They can smell, I think, up to 2 miles, and they don't play around. They will track you. I've heard that if they're tracking you and you finally see them, they've already found you. And running is not always a good idea. Well, I mean, I guess you do have to run. But you hear the black fight back, brown lay down. None of that's going to work on a polar bear. The polar bear just wants to eat. Yeah, I guess running. I would suggest just to be careful if you go to a place like that. I don't mess around with polar bears because I know how dangerous polar bears are. But anyhow, number 4, Tanna Island. Tanna Island, if you want to stand on the edge of an erupting volcano, you can just stand there. I would do it. I love volcanoes. The volcano there, they let you do that. It's loud, it's fiery, it's terrifying, and you'll feel alive in a way that you've never felt before. This is the kind of danger your soul secretly craves. I won't lie. That is the kind of danger my soul secretly craves. I love volcanoes. I think volcanoes are beautiful and volcanoes are hot. So I like hot, obviously. You guys know I just said I don't like the cold. The Philippines has a volcano here too that I want to go to. In this volcano, you can stand there and look into the volcano. It's quite a sight. I've not been there yet. It's a place I do want to go. I want to check out the stories you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell people you stood on a volcano. You got to see that action that happens in the volcano. And number 3, Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. If you want to check out the boiling sulfur springs or the acid pools or lava lakes, this is the place. It's one of the hottest and harshest places on earth, but the colors has this amazing alien vibe. And of course, you'll have amazing bragging rights as well. Just bring some salt tablets and maybe a wheel. Places like that are places that I like. I love hot places. I like to check out stuff like that. Harsh environments like that, it makes me think of Venus. Venus is my favorite planet, by the way, guys. I know everyone's talking about going to Mars, but I think if we were able to develop the right technology, there's one day that we could possibly colonize Venus, although it would probably be up in the clouds, which would be closer to Earth's air pressure and Earth's climate. For those of you who know about Venus, Venus is basically a hellhole. It's a hot hellhole. People talk about it. Astronomers talk about it. Most astronomers don't like Venus. I'm a huge Venus fan. I actually wrote a paper for my bachelor's in one of my final classes. I wrote a paper on colonizing Venus and how we could do it. I think going to a place like that in Ethiopia would make me very happy because I would think I was on Venus. Also, Venus was my one of my favorite Roman gods, right behind Artemis and Mars. Just wanted to throw that out there. And then number 2, Raja Ampat, Indonesia. It's above water. It's jungle islands. Below the water, there's marine life with over 1,500 species of fish. This isn't diving. This is entering a completely different universe. You can snorkel with manta rays, kayak through limestone cliffs, but try not to cry because of how beautiful it is. If you're more into the water sports, the water stuff, that's a place to go. I know that all of Indonesia is such a beautiful country, especially the places that there's not like big cities. Indonesia is a very beautiful country. It's kind of reminds me of the Philippines. I won't lie. I feel like parts of Indonesia probably are even more beautiful. It just depends on where you go. And this is one of those places that you can go if you like to snorkel, if you like to go underwater and see the fish life. It's perfect. I like to mountain climb. I like to hike. I like to go through the jungle. That's my kind of stuff. I like to stay above water. I'm not like my fiance. She likes to be underwater. I like to be above water. But it would be the perfect place for both of us. Kayaking, only if I have a life jacket because I can't swim. And then number 1, one of the most important places, Patagonia in Chile and Argentina. This is it. It's the land where wind, wilderness, and wild dreams all come together. It has massive glaciers, it has stormy peaks, and endless skies. You can hike to the ends of the earth, literally, in Argentina. And when you stand at the foot of Torres del Paine or sail past the blue icebergs in silence, you'll realize that this isn't just a place, it's a feeling. This area has everything right there. I don't know what else to say about it. The videos that I'm going to post will will say it all. There's not much else I can say other than this place is not just for adventurers, I guess, but this place is a place for anyone who wants to see beauty. It's such a beautiful area. I can't stress that enough. And that's the reason I put it as number one. It's for adventurers, people who like the thrill, but it's also for people who just want to experience the beauty of traveling. So guys, here's the truth. Adventure isn't about the danger. It's about waking up a part of yourself that's been asleep. The part that says yes to mystery, that enhances fear and awe and wonder and gets dirty doing it. And these places, they're reminders that the earth is still wild, but beautiful. And it's waiting for you, me, for everyone to go explore, to see new things. You don't have to leave the earth to do that. You know, I'm studying space. I'd love to see what's in the universe. I'd love to go to other planets. I'd love to go to other moons. But there is still a lot on earth that you can see and experience here. Don't be waiting for the right time to do it. There's no perfect time. The only moment you have is the moment you have right now. Take advantage of that. These are just my top 10. You may have a different top 10. Or maybe you don't have a lot of time or money to be able to go explore. Find something close to home. It's okay. There's beauty all over there. That's what I've tried to stress here by going to different countries from around the world. Beauty can be found anywhere. Adventure can be found anywhere. Take that moment, experience that adventure, have some fun. All right, guys, which of these wild places are you putting on your bucket list? Or did I miss any of the destinations that you guys think should be here? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I love reading every single comment y'all put. I usually respond to the comments. There've been a few comments that I haven't responded to because of how negative they are, but typically I will respond to comments. And I would love to know other places that I could go visit. By the way, I'd love to be able to go visit some of the places that I may have missed on here. Just know that if it's a cold place, I probably won't go visit it. I don't like cold. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if your soul needs more adventure, and hit the subscribe button if you're into traveling deeper and wilder and further than the average tourist. And maybe, just maybe, share the video with someone you'd like to go travel with, go have an adventure with. Until next time, guys, stay curious, stay wild, and keep chasing that horizon. Know that you are valuable and that you matter. God bless and peace.